Here's a better look at La Boca that I was talking about. You can see the colorful storefronts. In fact, there's Caminito Tango, which is one of the famous tangos here in Buenos Aires, where we're going to give you a good look at the colorful fronts of the buildings. They're really beautiful. And it has a really, almost a Greenwich Village feel to it in some respects. Here's one of the many monuments to José de San Martín, who is in many respects the George Washington of Argentina, 1778 to 1850, so slightly after George Washington's time. Well, here we are in the Plaza de Cinco de Mayo, and directly behind me is the Casa Rosada, where, of course, Eva Perón used to do the speeches from the balcony over there. It's actually the lower balcony. It's one story up. You can see where it's a little bit wider. It's still used by the president as for his offices, and there's tunnels that go underneath it to all parts, different parts of the city, including out to, on the other side, the helipad, where just yesterday the president helicoptered in. But this is the famous Casa Rosada. We're standing outside a waterworks building that was actually brought over in ships from France. And you can see the stone up there. It says 1887. The windows and door frames are all alabaster. One of the more magnificent buildings you will see here in Buenos Aires. It really is spectacular. We're on our way to the Recoleta. We're going to hopefully be able to see Eva Perón's grave, if we don't drown in the process. I might go into the waterworks building and ask them to turn the waterworks off today. Really, just spectacular. Well, our final stop here is in the Recoleta. We're going to try and go over and find Eva Perón's grave, but we've got this magnificent tree here that I'm sure many of you have seen. It was actually planted in 1800, so it's 206 years old. There's some interesting parallels between Argentina and the United States. First of all, their big celebration is on the 9th of July. Ours, of course, is the 4th of July. And their first president, he was a big fan of Boston and spent a lot of time in Boston, and even brought some teachers back here and based a lot of their educational system on the American-style public educational system. So that, just a little sense of what Argentina is all about. And this tree has lived through that entire history. As a matter of fact, if you swing around and look the other way, you'll see that they've had to put some posts here to hold up these magnificent branches. Holding up the two ladies down there as well. Or they're holding up the tree, I'm not sure which. So here we are in the Recoleta at the Familia Duarte mausoleum, where Eva Perón is interred, along with other members of the Duarte family. This is quite a spectacular cemetery, somewhat reminiscent of what you might see in New Orleans, just with everything above ground, all the different mausoleums. And of course, it is quite the shrine. And if you have a tough time finding it, just look for the people. And sooner or later, you'll see where the crowd is, and you'll know you're at the right place. Well, that brings us to the end of our St. Patrick's Day tour of Buenos Aires. I guess the weather's appropriate. This is Claudio. As I mentioned, he was born in Argentina and spent, what, 30-something years? 33. 33 years in Boston, up in Massachusetts. So you really haven't lived till you've taken a tour with Claudio and heard him speak Spanish with a Boston accent. Go figure that. Now, the only thing we have to talk about is that he's a Red Sox fan and I'm a Yankee fan. But great job. Thank you very much. We really enjoyed it. We'll see you in April. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Bye, guys.
Hope you enjoyed Buenos Aires. Back to the ship. Cheers.
It won't be easy. You'll think it's strange when I try to explain. You won't believe me. All you will see is a girl you once knew, although she's dressed up to the nines, at sixes and sevens with you. I had to let it happen. I had to change. Couldn't stay on my life down at heel, looking out of the window, staying out of the sun. So I chose freedom, running around, trying everything new, but nothing impressed me at all. I never expected it to. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance. And as for fortune, and as for fame, I never invited them in, though it seemed to the world they were all I desired. They are illusions, they're not the solutions they promised to be. The answer was here all the time. I love you and hope you